but also as much as that was I made a very weird property. I want a very bit of you best bit anyway back step with which you and you go and step with and you Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well today, because to celebrate my passing of the 1000 subscriber milestone, I made a post asking you to drop some questions, and though there aren't many, they are some pretty good ones, so I'm going to answer them all for you today. I'm going to read through each and every comment in the order that they were posted, which means the first one will be this one by VacXT that says congrats on 1k. Thank you, dude. Then we have Dapo4842 who says congrats. Cheers, man. After that we have Prof Incognito. Hello, Prof, who says nice. I agree. Very nice. Then we have our first question of the day. This one's from Shy Guy 613, and they said, how many donuts? Okay, so what does this mean? Like, are you asking how many donuts I've eaten today? Because in that case, the answer would be 0, which is kind of sad because I like donuts. But anyway, then we have Vac again with his own question, and he asks, what is your favorite build that you made for a video? Great question. I have built a lot of things, and I like them all, more or less, but if I had to pick one, I'd go off of how I felt when I finished building it, and that, without a shadow of a doubt, goes to the YVWTM Boundless, my massive spaceship that I built with Complexity Mod a couple of months ago. It took me almost an entire year of trial and error to get it right, and the final design took more than 5 hours to build across 2 whole days. It was a really, really good feeling to finally see that one done, so definitely that ship is my favorite. Anthony Provenzano, did I say that right? Anthony Provenzano 9336 says, you should make a Discord server. Which, he's right, I probably should make a Discord server. Gman03Y10 says, who are you better friends with, Yuzi or a bit dark? Kebab. In all seriousness though, I enjoy spending time with them equally, and I value them both as friends. But if you're forcing me to choose, I don't know, probably Dark? TI Built Stuff Roblox has 2 questions for me. The first is, how only 1k subs? Honestly, I don't know, but eventually we'll get bigger. When the algorithm deems me worthy, I will grow and more of you will support my dream. But ultimately, what made any of this possible is you. The second question is, would you consider branching to other building games? This is quite an interesting question. You see, I think it would be massively beneficial for me as a human to not be confined to one game, so the content doesn't get stale for you, but also for me as well. You all mostly watch me, at least that's the idea I've been getting from the view counts, is because I build cool stuff. I enjoy building cool stuff, but eventually, inevitably, I will have built all of the cool stuff. Multiplayer videos already fall behind the building videos, and chasing the hot topics, I'm backing myself into the corner where not only could I only play one game, I could only do one thing in that game. I'm content with it now, but there is a 100% chance that I'll run out of steam sooner or later, and when that happens, it would be good to have another game to enjoy. In terms of moving to actual building games, I've tried playing other ones in my free time, but none of them quite tickle my fancy like Trailmakers does. If anyone is interested, I'll put up a poll of the games that I have and I'm actively interested in playing in, and if enough people vote that game, I'll start making videos about that game too. I'll also add an option to that poll to suggest your own game in the comments, so save those suggestions for that post. Next we have Minizilla6369, who has 4 questions. Wow. The first one asks, how did you start making YouTube videos? And I'll tell you how I started. I'll tell you the whole journey. It began in 2020 when I was playing Hill Climb Racing on my phone one day and my character glitched through the floor of the car that I was driving. It was very amusing to young me, and he decided to post it on his YouTube channel. Eventually though, I picked up a game that I used to play on my tablet back in 2016/2017 before the developers stopped supporting 32-bit devices. That game is called Battle Bay. Rovio's wonder child and instant smash hit that was slowly neglected because it wasn't making them as much money as Angry Birds. If you ask me, it would have been child's play to restructure monetization and ad watching methods so it could make more money, but they were going about it completely the wrong way. Other than that, they closed the forums, which made it painfully obvious that they didn't get paid enough to care anymore. Then they removed the ship evolution system as well as crew training and replaced it with item training, which, horrible decision in my opinion, as the average player now has less to look forward to when improving their ship. And not only that, they also defunded the game, causing most of the developers to leave because they weren't getting paid anymore. And now it's just completely in an utter state of disrepair. Personally, I still play it because I still have a lot of fun when my teammates are being people with brains, but I think the game deserves a similar kind of revival that was done to War Robots. Put it on more popular platforms like Steam and Xbox, PlayStation. Make it look like the cinematic trailers, they look really good, and add new mechanics and items and maps, make them more dynamic and interactive, all of that good stuff, obviously to make it more appealing to an audience, but I'm getting off track here. I made Battle Bay content on my phone until early 2022, and then I stopped. I started properly trying to make content in October of 24, and I've been posting semi-consistently since then. It's been a wild ride, but I regret nothing, and I'm grateful to have made it to where I am today. The next two questions read, where are you from and how old are you? My family originates from Poland. I was born in England and I currently live in Switzerland, so hopefully that answers your question. And as for my age, I am currently 19 years old. Minizilla's last question says, do you have a car, and if yes, what car? Unfortunately, I do not own a car. One day I want to drive a classic Mini. My favorite is probably the Austin Mark 1. A very real fear that I have, as someone who is 6'1", is that I won't be able to fit inside. But I would probably go to some extreme lengths to modify it just so that I can fit inside. Then we have Dark, hello Dark, who first says he made it. And I absolutely have. I also insisted on putting this typo into the video. Anyway, his question reads, what is your favorite character in Super Mario? And honestly, that's a good question. I don't really know. I don't think I have a favorite, because they're all pretty solid characters, but if I had to pick one, I'd probably go for Waluigi. And finally, our last comment is by Wellness in Seconds Official, and they said, I was here. And yes you were, buddy. Yes you were. I think that's all of them. Actually, no, there's one left. There's one by Everest Destine that I forgot to read. And they ask, you want to collab on Trailmakers? And genuinely, no. I'm kidding. I might make that a thing for people when I set up the Discord server that Anthony mentioned. But yeah, like kind of like an area for community showcases and events and challenges and stuff. So like if you have like a build that you want me to check out or something, then I can like download them from that area, and then I could just like compile that all into like a nice little like video where I like put them on a tier list or something or other. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that is the final question. So that's gonna do it for today's video. If you are here, just like Wellness in Seconds Official, make sure you leave a like on this video and subscribe to let me know that you were in fact here. Otherwise, there's no proof you exist, and you might fade away from the fabric of reality. But yeah, next milestone, probably 10k. We're gonna try, I think I'm gonna try and get there before my 20th birthday, which is very ambitious, considering it took me, well actually, let's see, how long did it take me? November 2024. I had, on Halloween of 2024, I had 84 subscribers. That was 8 months. I gained 1,000 subscribers essentially. 900 in 8 months. And my 20th birthday is 10 months away. So I'm gonna have to step up my quality. And you guys are gonna have to step up your rate in which you subscribe if we're gonna make it to 10k. But it's not a biggie if we don't do it. It's really cool if we do, but that's enough yap. I'm gonna let you go now. Bye bye.